ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಸ್ವಾತಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇದು 2020 ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. 2021 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ತಪ್ಪದೆ ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು 100 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ನ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. 100 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇಂದ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1. Under Section 90A of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, a presumption regarding production of electronic records may be drawn if said records is 10 years old, 5 years old, 30 years old, D. 12 years old. Correct answer is option B, 5 years old. So under Section 90A of the Indian Evidence Act, presumption as to electronic records 5 years old is provided. The section was inserted in 2000. Section 90A of Evidence Act ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5 years old electronic records ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಇಯರ್ 2000 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. Question number 2. Granting of decree for specific performance is A. Not mandatory on the court, B. Discretionary, C. Not compulsory, D. None of the above. Correct answer is B. Discretionary. It will be the discretion of the court of law. Specific performance cases ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಕ್ರಿ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3. What must be the age of a minor victim with regard to the offense of kidnapping defined under section 361 of ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪೀನಲ್ ಕೋಡ್? IPC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 361 ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಮೈನರ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ವಿಕ್ಟಿಮ್ದು ಏಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? A. 16 years, B. 18 years, C. Under 16 years if a male and under 18 years if a female, D. Under 18 years if a male and under 21 years if a female. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ C. Under 16 years if a male and under 18 years if a female. Section 361 ಬಂದು ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲಾಫುಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಜಿಯನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Whoever takes or entices any minor under age of 16 years if male or age of 18 years if female or any person if he is of unsound mind without the consent of such guardian is said to kidnap such minor or person ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಲಾಫುಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಜಿಯನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಹುಡುಗ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ 16 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ 18 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಏಜ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪಿನ ಅನ್ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ನ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಜಿಯನಿಂದ ದೂರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 361 ಆಫ್ IPC ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4. ಅ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2D of the CRPC Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 is one filed in the police station. B. Is the first information report submitted by the police to the court. C. Any allegation made orally or in writing to a magistrate. D. A protest petition filed after the police submit a B report. The correct answer bandu option C. Any allegation made orally or in writing to a magistrate would be considered as a complaint under section 2D. Section 2D of CRPC ಬಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ನ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು 2D, ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎನಿ ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮೇಡ್ orally or in writing ಅಂದರೆ ಮೌಖಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಖಿತವಾಗಿ to a magistrate with the view to his taking action under this code that some person, whether known or unknown, has committed an offense but does not include a police report. So ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 5. An attempt to commit an offense is punishable under dash of Indian Penal Code. ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಯಾವ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ IPC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ A ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 508, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ B Section 509, option C Section 510, option D Section 511. So correct answer bandu option D Section 511 of IPC. Punishment for attempting to commit offences punishable with imprisonment for life or other imprisonment. So ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ offense-ದು attempt ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ದು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 511 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 6. If the husband and wife are living separately by mutual consent, which of the following is the correct proposition under section 125 clause 4 of the CRPC? Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. A. Wife is still entitled to maintenance if she is not able to maintain herself. B. Wife is entitled to maintenance if her health condition is not good. C. Wife is entitled to maintenance if she is required to take care of her minor children. D. Wife is not entitled to maintenance. Correct answer bandu D. Wife is not entitled to maintenance under section 125 clause 4 of CRPC. Section 125 CRPC maintenance ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರೋದು. So no wife shall be entitled to receive any allowance for the maintenance or the interim maintenance and expenses of proceedings, as the case may be, from her husband. Under this section, if she is living in adultery or if without any sufficient reasons she refuses to live with the husband, or if they are living separately by mutual consent, in all such cases, husband is not entitled to pay any maintenance to his wife. Andre under section 125 clause 4, husband and wife mutual consent ಇಂದ mutual ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ವೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 125 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಅಂತ ಈ ತ್ರೀ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದನ್ನೇ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೂ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ವೈಫ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಡೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 7. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 112 ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಆಫ್ A. Death, B. Marriage, C. Life, D. Legitimacy. Correct answer is legitimacy. Section 112 of Indian Evidence Act is birth during marriage, conclusive proof of legitimacy. Question number 8. Section 159 of the Indian Evidence Act relates to the following subject: A. Refreshing memory by witness. B. Judge's power to put questions to witness. C. Impeaching credit of witness. D. Question by party to his own witness. The correct answer bandu option A. Refreshing memory by witness. So section 159 of Indian Evidence Act refreshing memory by witness na ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. Question number 9. Which country has won the maximum number of gold medals in Olympic men's hockey? A. India, B. Pakistan, C. Germany, D. Australia. Correct answer is A. India. India has won the maximum number of gold medals in Olympic men's hockey. Question number 10. A. Who is the resident of Bangalore city wants to file a suit for partition against his brother who is resident of Tumkur in respect of 5 acres of land situated at Ramnagar. A. has to file a suit for partition in a court at following place: A. Bangalore city, B. Tumkur, C. Ramnagara, D. either at Bangalore or at Tumkur or at Ramnagara. Correct answer bandu option C. Ramnagara. According to section 20 of CPC, which gives various jurisdictions of the courts where the suit can be instituted. So according to section 20 of CPC, now Ramnagara alli ee case na file ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Question number 11. What is rebuttal evidence? Under order 18, rule 3 of CPC. A. Evidence given by the defendant to rebut the presumptions in favor of the plaintiff which are required to be raised under the Evidence Act. B. Where there are several issues, the burden proving some of which lies on the other party, the party beginning may at his option either produce his evidence on those issues or reserve it by way of the answer to the evidence produced by the other party. And in the latter case, the party beginning may produce evidence on those issues after the other party has produced all his evidence. Option C. Evidence given by the plaintiff to rebut the presumptions in favor of the defendant which are required to be raised under the Evidence Act. D. None of the above. Correct answer bandu option B. Rebuttal of evidence. Order 18 Rule 3 CPC prakara, where there are several issues, the burden of proving some of which lies on the other party, the party beginning may at his option either produce his evidence on those issues or reserve it by way of answer to the evidence produced by the other party, and in the latter case the party beginning may produce evidence on those issues after the other party has produced all his evidences. Question number 12. Who is the present governor of the Reserve Bank of India? Shri Raghuram Rajan, Shri Urjit Patel, Shri Shaktikanta Das, ಡಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿ ರಂಗರಾಜನ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿಕಾಂತ ದಾಸ್. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 13. Who was the first Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court? So first Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮಯ್ಯ. ಆರ್ ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 14. A non-residential premises with plinth area of 16 square meters used for commercial purpose has been let out. Which act is applicable to the said premises to evict the tenant? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1882. ಟೆನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಾಗೂ TPA ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 15. ಸ್ಪೆಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ lawful succession, assured inheritance, promised inheritance, expectation of succession. The expectation of succession is called also known as spes succession. Uttaradhikari Nirikshe. Question number 16. Advocates Day is celebrated in India on 3rd December to mark the birth anniversary of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad ಅವರ ಹುಟ್ಟುಹಬ್ಬವನ್ನು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆನ್ 3rd December ಆಫ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್. ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಬೈ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಬೋಸ್, ಸುರೇಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ಜಿ, ರವೀಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗೋರ್, ಬಂಕಿಮ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಚಟರ್ಜಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಶ್ರೀ ಬಂಕಿಮ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಚಟರ್ಜಿ. ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂನ ಬರೆದವರು ಬಂಕಿಮ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಚಟರ್ಜಿ. 18. A lends money to B on 18 June 2015. On 10 July 2018, B acknowledges the debt in writing. Suit is filed by A against B for recovery of the amount lent on 16th August 2020. The suit is barred by limitation. B, within the period of limitation. C, can be decreed only for the amount, if any, due from 10 July 2018 to 16th August 2020. D, none of the above is the correct position in law. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್. ಈ ಸೂಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ಸೂಟ್ನ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದ ಸೂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 19. ವಿಚ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ IPC ಡಿಫೈನ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಹರ್ಟ್? ಗ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಹರ್ಟ್ನ IPCಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ? ಸೊ Section 320 of IPC defines grievous hurt. Question number 20. No appeal is allowed by a convicted person where magistrate pass only a sentence of fine not exceeding rupees 1000, B 500 rupees, C 250 rupees, D 100 rupees. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆರೋಪಿಗೆ 100 rupees ಫೈನ್ನ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋಂಥ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೀಲ್ನ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಥರ ಕೇಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೀಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ಥರ ಪಿಟಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ನ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 21. Who is the executive head of India? Option A. The President of India is the executive head of India. ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. Question number 22. Maximum term of imprisonment which can be awarded for driving the vehicle in a rash and negligent manner on a public way. An offence under the section 279 of IPC is 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Correct answer ಬಂದು option A 6 months. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 279 ಆಫ್ IPC ಅಂದರೆ ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್. ಆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಆ ಥರ ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಜುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 279 ಆಫ್ IPC ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 23. ಇನ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ or local law or usage to the contrary, a lease of immovable property for agricultural purposes shall be deemed to be a lease from year to year terminable on the part of either the lessor or the lessee by 6 months notice. B, from month to month terminable on the part of either lessor or lessee by 1 month notice. C, from month to month terminable on the part of either lessor or lessee by 15-day notice. D, none of the above. The answer would be A, from year to year terminable on the part either of the lessor or the lessee by 6 months notice. Question number 24. Decisions regarding disqualification of the members of Lok Sabha are taken by Speaker of Lok Sabha is authorized to take the decisions regarding disqualification of the members of Lok Sabha. ಯಾವುದೇ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಮೆಂಬರನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪವರ್ ಇರೋದು ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 25. ಇನ್ ಅ ಸೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಲ್ of an immovable property, A. The presumption is that the time is not the essence of contract. B. Presumption is that the time is the essence of contract. C. Presumption being a discretionary one, it is for the court to raise it or not. D. Having regard to the raise in the price of immovable properties, the presumption that time is not the essence of contract is no longer good in law. ಯಾವುದೇ immovable property ಇದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಲ್ ನ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಸೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is presumed that time is not the essence of contract. Question number 26. Who appoints the district judges in the state? The High Court having jurisdiction over the said state. B. The state government. C. The Chief Minister of the state in consultation with the High Court. D. The Governor of the state in consultation with the High Court. So district judge na appoint ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಬ್ಬ governor in consultation with the High Court. Question number 27. An order for attachment of the property of the person absconding can be dash. A. Issued after publication of the proclamation. B. Issued before publication of the proclamation. C. Issued simultaneously with the issue of proclamation. D. All the above. Correct answer bandu option C. Issued simultaneously with the issue of proclamation. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿನ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಲಮೇಷನ್. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 28 A. Executed a gift deed in favor of B in respect of an immovable property worth ₹90. The deed was duly attested but was not registered. B. In a suit claimed title by virtue of the above gift deed. Is his claim maintainable? Options are A. No, because the gift deed is not registered. B. Yes, gift deed is valid since the value of the property is less than ₹100. C. Gift deed is valid since the gift is a document which requires no consideration. D. None of the above. ಇಲ್ಲಿ correct answer ಬಂದು option A. No, because the gift deed is not registered. So according to section 17 of the Registration Act, gift deed of immovable property is required to be compulsorily registered. Question number 29. The decision of the Honorable Supreme Court in Arnesh Kumar versus State of Bihar and another relates to the following subject of arrest. Arnesh Kumar versus State of Bihar, the Supreme Court na leading judgment about arrest. Question number 30. As per section 21 of the Specific Relief Act as amended by the Act, in a suit for specific performance, A. Plaintiff can seek only the relief for specific performance. B. Plaintiff can seek only the relief for compensation. C. Plaintiff can seek compensation and also specific performance. D. Plaintiff can seek specific performance or in the alternative compensation. The correct answer bandu option C. Plaintiff can seek compensation and also specific performance. Section 21 prakara of Specific Relief Act, specific performance jote compensation ಕೂಡಾನು seek ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Question number 31. In a suit where one of the parties is minor, A. There cannot be a compromise at all. B. Court has to refer the parties to mediation. C. Court has to refer the parties to Lok Adalat. C. D. Leave of the court has to be obtained by the next friend or guardian of the minor to enter into compromise. Correct answer bandu option D. Leave of the court has to be obtained by the next friend or guardian of the minor to enter into compromise. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ one party minor ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ leave of the court has to be obtained. Question number 32. Which of the following enactment the manner of executing a will is provided? ಈ acts ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ act ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು will ನ execute ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ question. So option is Transfer of Property Act. B. Indian Contract Act 1872. C. Indian Registration Act 1908. D. Indian Succession Act 1925. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1925. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮೂವಬಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಇಮೂವಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ನ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಕಾರಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದಾನೇ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 33. A filed a suit against the government to obtain an urgent and immediate relief with an application under section 80 clause 2 of the CPC to dispense with issuance of statutory notice. After hearing the parties, if the court is satisfied that no urgent or immediate relief need to be granted, the court shall reject the plaint, return the plaint for presentation to it after complying section 80 clause 1 of the code, dismiss the suit, permit the plaintiff to withdraw the suit with liberty to file fresh suit. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ, ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಟು ಇಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 80 clause 1 of the code. Which section of the CPC empowers the High Court or District Court to transfer any suit from one court to another subordinate to it? A. Section 22, B. Section 23, C. Section 24, D. Section 25. Correct answer bandu C. Section 24 of CPC provides for general power and withdrawal. Question number 36. With which game Santosh Trophy is associated in India? Hockey, football, kabaddi, cricket. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ವಿನ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿ ಕೊಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 2021 ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿ ವಿನ್ನರ್ ಬಂದು ಮಣಿಪುರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 37. ದ ಕನ್ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಡ್ ಇಡಮ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ of all the parties to the contract. Consensus ad idem ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಇರಲಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಡ್ ಇಡಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 38. A entered into sale agreement with B to purchase property at Raichur for ₹6 lakh and paid ₹1 lakh as sale advance. A has to file a suit for specific performance of the contract and alternative relief for refund of sale advance before the court of A. Civil judge, B. Senior civil judge, C. District judge, D. Any of the above. Correct answer bandu option B, Senior civil judge. Section 15 CPC ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜುರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ಕೇಸ್ ಯಾವ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜುರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜುರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 15 ಆಫ್ CPC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಈ ಕೇಸ್ನ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 39. In which of the following situations plaint can be rejected under Order 7 Rule 11 of the CPC? ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು Order 7 Rule 11 ಪ್ರಕಾರ plaint na reject ಮಾಡೋದು in CPC. A. If without obtaining leave to file a fresh suit in respect of the same subject matter, the previous suit is withdrawn and fresh suit is filed. B. If the previous suit is dismissed for non-prosecution without filing a petition for restoration, a fresh suit is filed. C. Where it appears from the statement in the plaint that the suit is barred by any law. D. None of the above. Correct answer bandu option C. Where it appears from the statement in the plaint that the suit is barred by any law. If any suit is barred by law, such suit would be rejected under Order 7 Rule 11 of the CPC. Question number 40. Who was the longest served Chief Minister of a state in India? A. Shri Jyoti Basu in West Bengal. B. Shri Pawan Kumar Chamling in Sikkim. C. Shri Veerbhadra Singh in Himachal Pradesh. D. Shri Naveen Patnaik in Odisha. Correct answer bandu option B, Pawan Kumar Chamling in Sikkim. Question number 41. Under section 146 of the Indian Contract Act, in the absence of any contract to the contrary, co-sureties are liable to contribute A. equally, B. according to capacity, C. unequally, D. either A or B or C. So according to section 146 of Contract Act, co-sureties are also liable to pay equally. Contract Act na section 146 ಪ್ರಕಾರ co-sureties ಕೂಡ liable ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ equal ಆಗಿ pay ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Question number 42. If a suit filed in the court having no pecuniary jurisdiction to try the said suit, court shall return the plaint, reject the plaint, dismiss the suit, permit the plaintiff to withdraw the suit. So na previous question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗೆ section 15 of CPC ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಫೈಲ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೂಟ್ನ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆ ಸೂಟ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಕೇಸ್ನ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆ ಕೇಸ್ನ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಟು ಬಿ ಫೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪೆಕ್ಯುನರಿ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 43. Which section of the NI Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, empowers the magistrate to try the offences under Chapter 17 of the said Act summarily? Option A, Section 140, Option B, Section 141, Option C, Section 142, Option D, Section 143. Correct answer bandu Option D, Section 143 talks about the power of the court to try cases summarily. Question number 44. Warrant case under Section 2X of CRPC 1973 A is that which relates to an offence for which punishment is not less than 3 years. B is that case relating to an offence punishable with death, imprisonment for life or imprisonment for a term exceeding 2 years. C is one where the court issues non-bailable warrant to secure the accused. D is a case relating to an offence which cannot be compoundable. The correct answer here is option B. Section 2X of CRPC ಬಂದು ವಾರೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಾರೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡೆತ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಂಪ್ರಿಸನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜೀವಾವಧಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದು 2 years ಇಂಥ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರೋವಂಥ ಕೇಸಸ್ನ ವಾರೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 45. Under Section 27 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, A. No part of the statement made by the accused can be proved. B. If the accused has made a statement before the judicial magistrate, then only it can be proved. C. When any fact is deposed to as discovered in the consequence of information received from a person accused of any offence in the custody of a police officer, so much of such information, whether it amounts to a confession or not, as relates distinctly to the fact thereby discovered, may be proved. D. Only if the police are able to recover any weapon or any ornament, the statement becomes relevant. Correct answer here is option C. So for the applicability of the Section 27 of the Indian Evidence Act, the statement must be split into its components and to separate admissible portion. Question number 46. Which article of the Constitution of India abolishes untouchability? Article 17 of the Constitution of India talks about untouchability. Abolition of untouchability. Question number 47. Which is the tallest statue in the world? Tallest statue in the world ivaga Sardar Patel statue at Gujarat in India. Gujarat alliruವಂತ Sardar Patel statue is the tallest statue in the world. Question number 48. Which article of the Constitution of India states that states shall endeavour to secure for every citizen a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India? Article 44 of the Constitution talks about the uniform civil code. Question number 49. Which of the following mortgages does not require registration? Usufructory mortgage, anomalous mortgage, equitable mortgage. D. Mortgage by conditional sale. So equitable mortgage doesn't require registration. Section 58 of the TPA discuss about mortgage, mortgages, kinds of mortgages, etc. And in such section, equitable mortgage ge registration avashyakate irodilla. Question number 50. In a suit where the plaintiff relies upon a will, when the matter is posted for evidence, the plaintiff proposes to examine one of the attesters to the will before examining himself on the ground that his own examination would take some time and that the attester has to go abroad immediately. In this situation, which of the following courses is open to the court in terms of Order 18 Rule 3A of CPC? Options. Since it is mandate of Order 18 Rule 3A of the CPC, plaintiff cannot be permitted to examine the attester before examining himself. Option B. Only if the defendant consents for the examination of the attester before the examination of the plaintiff, the court can take recourse to the same. Court certainly has the power to permit the plaintiff to examine the attester before examining himself. D. If it is only after the defendant examines himself and his witnesses by way of rebuttal, plaintiff can be permitted to examine the attester. Correct answer bandu option C. Court certainly has the power to permit the plaintiff to examine the attester before examining himself. ಅಂದರೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಂಟಿಫ್ಗೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ದ ಅಟೆಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 51. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ without becoming the Vice President of India. Shri Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Shri Venkataraman, Shri Shankar Dayal Sharma, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. Option D, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. ಉಳಿದಿರೋ ಈ ಮೂರು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸರ್ವೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಧಾಕೃಷ್ಣನ್, ಆರ್ ವೆಂಕಟರಮನ್, ಶಂಕರ್ ದಯಾಳ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ, ಇವ್ರು ಮೂರು ಜನ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದಂಥವ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಣಬ್ ಮುಖರ್ಜಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥವ್ರು. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 52. ವಿಚ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ರಿಲೆವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಡೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್? ಸೊ ಡೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ರಿಲೆವೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 32 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 32 ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ talks about the relevancy of dying declaration. Question number 53. Under section 258 of the CRPC, a magistrate can stop further proceedings of the case at any stage. Option A, if it is a summons case instituted otherwise than upon complaint. B, if it is a summons case instituted upon complaint. C, if it is a warrant case instituted otherwise than upon complaint. D, if it is a warrant case instituted upon complaint. Correct answer bandu option A, if it is a summons case instituted otherwise than upon complaint. So section 258 CRPC magistrate ge power kodutte yavade case na proceeding na yavag bekadrunu stop ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Question number 54. In a suit for specific performance of the contract, if the relief for possession is not claimed, the court can allow the plaintiff to amend the plaint to include a claim for the said relief. A, only before filing the written statement. B, only before commencement of trial. C, at any stage of the proceedings. D, cannot be allowed to amend the plaint. Correct answer bandu option C, at any stage of the proceedings. Question number 55. With which country India shares the longest border? Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal. Correct answer bandu option A, Bangladesh. Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal nalakunu neighboring countries of India with which the India shares its border. But Bangladesh jote India shares its longest border. Question number 56. Which one of the following is not the fundamental duty as defined under Article 51A of the Constitution of India? A, to safeguard the public property, to abjure violence. B, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. C, to abide by the Constitution. D, to exercise franchise by casting vote. Correct answer bandu option D, to exercise franchise by casting vote. So ee question alli ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 51A ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿರೋದು. ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಟು ಸೇಫ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ. To value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture is also a fundamental duty. To abide by the constitution kudanu fundamental duty. So to exercise franchise by casting vote fundamental duty alla idu. So casting vote bandbitu article 326 of constitution prakara ಒಂದು constitutional right, ಇದು fundamental duty ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ vote cast ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು legal right ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇದೊಂದು fundamental right ಅಲ್ಲ, fundamental duty ಕೂಡನು ಅಲ್ಲ. Question number 57. A is charged with travelling on the railway without ticket. The burden of proving that A had ticket is on A, railways. B, ticket checker. C, prosecution. D, A. Correct answer ಬಂದು option D, A ಹತ್ರ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋಂಥ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಇರೋದು A ಮೇಲೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ A. Question number 58. Section 299 of the CRPC relates to permission to conduct prosecution. B, legal aid to the accused at state expenses. C, recording of evidence where accused is absconding. D, procedure of proving previous conviction is conviction or acquittal. Section 299 CRPC prakara option is C, recording of evidence where accused is absconding. Section 299 CRPC provides for certain situations where the evidence may be recorded in the absence of the accused. It states that the court, if proved that the accused person has absconded and there is no immediate prospect of his arrest, it may examine and record their deposition produced by prosecution against in his absence. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 299 ಆಫ್ ದ CRPC. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 59. Under section 5 of the Indian Evidence Act, evidence may be given of the existence or non-existence of every fact in issue and of such other facts as are declared to be relevant by the Act and of no others. B. It is for the court to decide whether the evidence may be given or not. C. Court can consider whether under the provisions of any other act the evidence is relevant or not. D. None of the above. So section 5 of Indian Evidence Act bandhuttu evidence may be given of facts in issue and relevant facts. Question number 60. A suit for recovery of possession of an immovable property under section 6 of the Specific Relief Act has to be filed within dash from the date of dispossession. A. 12 years. B. 3 years. C. 1 year. D. 6 months. Correct answer bandu D. 6 months. Section 61. Under the Specific Relief Act, an injunction can be granted under the following circumstances. A. To restrain any person from prosecuting a judicial proceeding. B. To restrain any person from reapplying to any legislative body. C. To prevent the breach of an obligation existing in favor of plaintiff. D. All of the above. Correct answer bandu option C. To prevent the breach of an obligation existing in favor of the plaintiff. So Specific Relief Act prakara injunction can be granted to prevent the breach of an obligation existing in favor of plaintiff. Question number 62. Doing of an act which would bring the government establishment by law in India into hatred or contempt is called as A. Conspiracy. B. Waging war against the government. C. Sedition. D. Abetment. Correct answer bandu C. Sedition. Section 124A of IPC defines sedition. Sedition ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಾಜದ್ರೋಹನ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 124A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಡರ್ IPC. Question number 63. Under section 57 of the Indian Evidence Act, court A. Cannot take judicial notice of any fact. B. Shall take judicial notice of the facts referred to in the said section. C. Has a discretion or not to take judicial notice. D. None of the above. Correct answer bandu option B. Shall take judicial notice of the facts referred to in the said section as said under section 57 of the Indian Evidence Act. Question number 64. As per order 20 rule 1 of the CPC, where the judgment is not pronounced at once, every endeavour shall be made by the court to pronounce judgment within dash from the date on which hearing of the case was concluded, if there is no exceptional and extraordinary circumstances. Correct answer bandu 30 days. So every endeavour shall be made by the court to pronounce the judgment within 30 days from the date on which the hearing of the case was concluded. Question number 65. Cristiano Ronaldo is the icon player of which game? Answer here is football. Question number 66. Under section 152 of the CPC, clerical or arithmetical mistakes in the judgments, decrees or orders can be corrected by the court. A. Only on its own motion. B. Only on the application of any of the parties. C. Either A or B. D. Both A and B. Correct answer bandu option C. Either A or B. Under section 152 of the CPC, amendments of the judgments, decrees or orders are provided. Question number 67. Under section 54A of the CRPC, the court having jurisdiction may direct a person arrested to subject himself to identification. A. At the request of the executive magistrate. B. Suo motu by the court. C. At the request of the officer in charge to the police station. D. On the request of the complainant. Correct answer bandu option C. At the request of the officer in charge to the police station. Question number 68. Bail granted under section 167 of the CRPC is statutory bail, anticipatory bail, bail granted at the discretion of the court concerned, D. None of the above. Correct answer ಬಂದು option A, statutory bail. Section 167 of CRPC mentions the steps taken when investigation cannot be completed in 24 hours. Question number 69. Which section of the CRPC empowers the magistrate to commit a case to the Court of Sessions after commencement of an inquiry or trial if it appears to him that the case is one which is sought to be tried by the Court of Sessions? A. Section 323, B. 324, C. Section 209, D. Section 210. Correct answer is option A, Section 323 of the CRPC. Section 323 of CRPC lays down the procedure when after commencement of the inquiry or the trial, magistrate finds case should be committed. Question number 70. The landmark judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court in Justice K.S. Puttaswamy and another versus Union of India and others is popularly known as Shabrimala case, Ayodhya case, Judges Appointment case, Aadhar case. The option is D. Aadhar case. So Justice K.S. Puttaswamy and another versus Union of India case na Aadhar case anta kudanu antare, and ee case alli under Article 21 right to privacy na address madidare, and right to privacy under Article 21 is also a fundamental right. Question number 71. A contracts to pay B sum of money when B marries C. C dies without being married to B. Therefore, said contract becomes void. Question number 72. The National Judicial Academy is situated at C. Bhopal. Bhopal alli National Judicial Academy irodu. Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Question number 73. When a writ is issued to an inferior court or tribunal on grounds of exceeding its jurisdiction or acting contrary to the rules of the natural justice, it is called as the writ of certiorari. Certiorari antandre literal meaning bandu to be certified or to be informed. So this writ is issued by a court higher in authority to a lower court or tribunal, ordering them either to transfer a case pending with them to itself or quash their order in a case. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಹೈಯರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಲೋವರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಯುನಲ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಲೋವರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಯುನಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿರೋಂಥ ಕೇಸ್ನ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡೋ ಅಂಥ ರಿಟ್ನ ಸರ್ಶರರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. Question number 74. An Indian who is presently member of an international court of justice is option A. Justice Madan B. Lokar, B. Justice Dalveer Bhandari, C. Justice A.K. Sikri, D. Justice R.S. Pathak. Correct answer bandu Dalveer Bhandari. Justice Dalveer Bhandari is presently a member of the International Court of Justice. Question number 75. A entered into an agreement with B to sell immovable property of the former for consideration, and B was put in possession of the property. Both parties had signed the agreement. The agreement had not been registered under the Indian Registration Act. In a suit between the parties, B claimed the benefit of Section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act. Whether his claim is maintainable? A. Yes, it is maintainable. B. No, it is not maintainable since the agreement was not registered. C. No, since the sale deed was not executed. D. None of the above. Correct answer bandu option B. His suit is not maintainable as the agreement was not registered. Question number 76. To encourage the voters' participation in electoral franchisee, National Voters' Day is observed in India on 25th January of every year. Question number 77. Which section of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 empowers the court to proceed against the other persons not being the accused who appears to have committed any offence and who could be tried together with the accused? A. Section 316, B. Section 317, C. Section 318, D. Section 319. Correct answer is Section 319 of the CRPC. Empowers the court to proceed against the other persons not being the accused who appears to have committed any offence and who could be tried together with the accused. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಕ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅಕ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 319 ಆಫ್ ದ CRPC. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 78. ದ ಆಥರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬುಕ್ Roses in December is Justice MC Chagla. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಜ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲೂ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಈ ಥರ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆದಿರೋ ಅಂಥ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲೂ. ಸೊ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೇ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಬರೆದಿರೋ ಅಂಥ ಬುಕ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 79. ಡಿಲೇ ಇನ್ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್. A. Cannot be condoned at all. B. Can be condoned if the delay is not unreasonable. C. Can be condoned if the decree is in question is one for mandatory injunction. D. Can be condoned if the decree in the question is one for money. Correct answer is option A. Cannot be condoned at all. Question number 80. A committed the theft of a mobile phone by entering the house of B during the night hours by breaking open the lock. A committed the offence under Section 457 and 380 of the IPC, Section 457 and 379 of IPC, Section 454 and 380 of IPC. D. Section 454 and 379 of IPC. Option A. Section 457 and Section 380 of the IPC. Section 380 of the IPC ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಥೆಫ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡ್ವೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಥೆಫ್ಟ್ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 457 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಲರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಪಾಸ್ ಆರ್ house breaking by night in order to commit offence punishable with imprisonment. Question number 81. A obstructs a path along which Z has a right to pass by not believing in good faith that he has a right to stop the path. Z is thereby prevented from passing. A has committed offence of wrongful restraint. ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 339 ಅಂತಂದರೆ wrongful restraint ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಇಲಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. Question number 82. Who served as the Chief Justice of India for the longest tenure? A. Justice A.N. Ray. B. Justice Y.V. Chandrachud. C. Justice A.S. Anand. D. Justice K.G. Balakrishnan. Correct answer is option B. Justice Y.V. Chandrachud. Question number 83. The report of the court commissioner appointed for the local investigation. A. Is admissible in evidence without examining the commissioner. B. Cannot be looked into without marking it. C. Is evidence in the suit and shall form part of record. D. Can be used only when both the parties give consent for the same. Correct answer ಬಂದು option C. The report of court commissioner appointed for local investigation is an evidence in the suit and shall form part of the record. ಲೋಕಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಅವ್ರ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ನ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 84. ದ ಪ್ರಿಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 139 ಆಫ್ ದ NI Act 1881. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ NI Act ಬಂದು ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಷನರಿ ಪ್ರಿಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಿಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. C ಈಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಅ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಷನರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಿಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. D extends only to the issue of check by the accused. Correct answer ಬಂದು option B. It is a mandatory presumption. Question number 85. When the question is whether a man is alive or dead and it is shown that he was alive within dash, the burden of proving that he is dead is on the person who affirms it. Option 7 years, 10 years, C 25 years and D 30 years. Correct answer ಬಂದು option D 30 years. Under section 107 of Indian Evidence Act, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ if he is dead or alive and it is shown that he is alive within 30 years, burden of proving that he is dead is on the person who affirms it. Question number 86. Which provisions of the CPC relates to hearing of any issue as a preliminary issue? A. Order 14 Rule 2 of the CPC. B. Order 14 Rule 3 of the CPC. C. Order 14 Rule 4 of CPC and D. Order 14 Rule 5 of the CPC. Correct answer ಬಂದು option A. Order 14 Rule 2 of the CPC. Order 14 talks about the settlement of issues and determination of the suit on issues of law or on issues agreed upon to pronounce judgment on all issues. Question number 87. The period of limitation for taking cognizance if the offence is punishable with imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year is A. 3 years, B. 1 year, C. 6 months, D. No limitation. Correct answer bandu option B. 1 year. Section 468 CRPC prakara period of limitation is related to offences. For example, fine ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ಕೇಸಸಲ್ಲಿ 6 months ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. 1 year ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ 1 year ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 3 year ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ 3 years ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಅಬೌವ್ 3 years 3 yearsಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋಂಥ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Question number 88. Which of the following document does not require attestation? Options A. Will, B. Gift deed, C. Mortgage deed, D. Agreement of sale. Correct answer bandu agreement of sale. Question number 89. What is the uniqueness of 21st June? International Yoga Day, longest day in the year in India, C. World Music Day, D. All of the above. So answer bandu all of the above. Question number 90. A tenant has caused substantial damage to the premises which resulted in changing its identity and diminishing its value. To get an order of eviction for this reason, landlord has to file a petition under dash of the Karnataka Rent Act 1999. ಸೊ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿರೋಂಥ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡೇ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆಕ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೂ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎ, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಲ್, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಮ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಲ್. Question number 91. Which section of the Specific Relief Act says that no court shall make any such declaration where the plaintiff, being able to seek further relief than a mere declaration of title, omits to do so? It is written under section 33, section 36, section 35 or section 34. Correct answer bandu section 34. Question number 93. The investigation officer during the course of investigation records the statement of a witness under which section investigation officer ಒಬ್ಬ witness ನ statement ನ record ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Section 160, section 162, section 164 or section 161. Correct answer ಬಂದು under section 161. In the course of investigation, the investigating officer records the statement of a witness. Question number 94. One of the following is not the mode of the transfer of property as defined under the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Sale, gift, exchange, will. Correct answer is will. Indian Succession Act ಅಲ್ಲಿ will define ಆಗಿದೆ, Transfer of Property Act ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Transfer of Property Act ಅಲ್ಲಿ sale, gift ಹಾಗೂ exchange ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಇರೋದು. Question number 95. A agrees to buy from B a horse. It turns out that the horse was dead at the time of the bargain, though neither party was aware of the fact. Therefore, the agreement is void. Question number 96. The World Sparrow Day is observed on March 20. So 28th March of every year World Sparrow Day ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿಯ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಅಂತ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಣಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು March 20th ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾರೋ ಡೇ ಆಗಿ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. Question number 97. Which provision of the CPC explains the procedure to be followed by the court when witness fails to attend the court or produce the documents in compliance to the summons issued by the court? Option A. Order 16 Rule 11 of CPC. Option B. Order 16 Rule 10 of CPC. C. Order 16 Rule 9 of CPC. And D. Order 16 Rule 8 of CPC. Correct answer bandu option B. Order 16 Rule 10 of the CPC. Question number 98. Who is the present Speaker of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly? Shri K.R. Ramesh Kumar, Shri K.G. Boppaya, Shri Vishweshwara Hegde Kageri and D. Shri Kodagu Timmappa. Correct answer is C. Vishweshwara Hegde Kageri ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಧಾನಸಭೆಯ ಈಗಿನ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್. Question number 99. Under section 77 of the Indian Evidence Act, public documents can be provided by examining the public servant concerned, by production of certified copies of the documents in question, by securing the original public documents themselves, by obtaining digitalized copies of the said documents. Correct answer is option C, by securing the original public documents themselves. Question number 100. Whether a mortgage under a simple mortgage can take possession of the mortgaged property? Option yes, no, only if the court permits, D, none of the above. Correct answer is no, the mortgage under the simple mortgage cannot take possession of the mortgaged property. This is last question, Karnataka Civil Judge Exam 2020 Prelims question paper though. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿರೋಂಥ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂದ ಇದೆ, CPC ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ CRPC ಇಂದನೂ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. CRPC ಹಾಗೂ IPC ಇಂದ ಒಫೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಲಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಸಿಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು. ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ 2020 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿರೋದು, ಬಟ್ 2021 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ 3 to 4 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ 2021 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪದೆ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನಾವು ಆದಷ್ಟು 2019 ಹಾಗೂ 2018 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೇಗ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಚಾನೆಲ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್.